Welcome back to another episode
of Jump Dodge Shoot.
He did it again. He stole my intro.
I was trying to do a cool tag team intro.
Well, maybe if you'd cued me in on that like ahead of time, I might not be so mad. But you didn't, so I'm mad.
I was trying to do it on the fly, man.
Well, you know,
is that like some kind of shield disruptor thing? Looked weird. Looks weird. Like creates bubbles of disrupting energy.
No, it's just a giant fucking cannon. It fucking hurts.
Of like shock energy, because you were like sparking and stuff. And that's a grenade. You should probably keep away from that.
Generally speaking, yes, that is a good plan. Good strategy, as we sometimes call it in the industry of. Oh God!
I don't think his travel form is great for getting around very quickly.
No, but it is great for heavy assault because he's a tank.
It is great for a fuck yous.
Look at that! Boom.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Look at that! That boulder dead.
I think that was a little different, a little more than a boulder.
Boulder? That's a nice boulder. What is that from, anyway? Is it
Shrek?
Really? Because I don't honestly remember him saying that anywhere.
Look at that.
It's like one of those lines everybody remembers, but nobody remembers where exactly it's in the movie.
Look at that boulder. That's a nice boulder. It's something along those lines. It's probably different. It's probably one of those lines that I'm not quite remembering it correctly. Like, people like to call it the Mandela effect of how, our two different dimensions bump into each other and stuff like that and shit like that. But let's be honest, some of these things, it's just us trying to, us quoting it over and over and over again without watching that movie regularly, and to the point of like almost it turns into a telephone game of the line just turns into something completely different than what we remember it.
Yeah, I could really use some air support on that thing. This fucking hurts.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Like telephone, when you play telephone, the conversation or whatever could turn into something completely different, which was hilarious. But I think that was your air support.
Might have been. Either way, it died, and so did all three of them with one shot. Cause I'm good.
Nice.
I'm good at video games. Sorry, had to quote Andy there for a second. Oh God! Well.
Sorry, everybody. I'm getting a little over a cough here.
Yeah, because he sucks at life and not being sick.
I'm sorry. It just happened one day. I woke up coughing, okay? I can't control it.
Or can you? Just be like Barney Stinson. Just be awesome instead. Alright, I aimed it directly at that thing and it flew right on by. How does that even work?
The game decided to choose that moment to just fuck with you.
Apparently.
Just like how Blizzard likes to continually fuck with you.
Oh God! Oh God, it's another one! Wow, even when I'm boosting, I don't go very fast.
You go extremely slow.
Am I supposed to blow this door open?
Apparently Megatron decided to go for,
okay, maybe I have to kill
power
all of these
over
things.
speed, which, you know, is a good trade-off in certain situations.
Okay, that was definitely a point-blank shot to your face.
That was a point-blank shot, and I don't know how he survived.
Especially when I incinerated that one, and it was definitely not even a direct hit.
It was right below. It did like some kind of proximity detonation.
Okay, something I noticed about those guys is that they definitely had like a point for like people to sit. Why would that be the case if they haven't like, you know?
Wait, it had seats and everything?
Yeah, it looked like there was a place with a person to sit in that vehicle, but they haven't even encountered humans or any other race.
So why would they even need a place for people to sit?
Exactly. It's confusing.
It is extremely confusing.
Just things that I want to point out.
Just go with it, man. Just go with it.
Come on, Bruticus, tear down this door faster.
Please open the door. Damn.
Clear, quote unquote.
Well, yeah. Your path is clear. Well, could you go in there and eliminate all the Autobots left in there?
Well, there was a guy standing there.
No.
And a door. Both of those things were there like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. You kind of disposed of them quickly, though.
Well,
I feel like I'm dying.
in his defense, yes. Yes, they are firing. They just really suck at it. And I'm really just, a badass.
Yeah, let's face who you're fighting against right here. You're fighting against the leader of the Decepticons. He was chosen the leader for a reason.
Let's also not forget that I'm also a player character, and these are legions of minions that are just supposed to be cannon fodder. Like, these aren't even player characters or will never be player characters. They are cannon fodder.
Yep. NPCs designed to be, just there for the hero's enjoyment, the hero's amusement.
Or, in this case, villains.
Or,
uh-oh, I'm almost out of ammo.
Yeah, he really is. I wonder if Megatron even considers himself a villain. Because often at times, the villains of the show or series or whatever is like, they don't see themselves as villains. They're just fighting for whatever they're fighting for, whatever they believe in. But I wonder if Megatron's like, yeah, I'm a villain. I'm a dick.
I think Megatron does view himself as... He views himself as right and fighting for his own reasons, but I also think he knows that he's evil at the same time.
There are reports on the battlefield that Megatron is alive. Are the reports confirmed? Here's your confirmation.
But yeah, I mean, I guess. I honestly don't know for sure.
Megatron, stop blowing up my bitters. Well, man, I'm thinking of the time that we blew up that hologram of Megatron, and Megatron's actually like giving us the possibility of actually talking to him. Goodbye forever.
Anyway, back to what I was saying before we ended the last episode. That series that they started. So there was the Beast Wars, Beast Machines.
Yes.
Those were like when we were stupid young. And then like in the 2000s, they did. I forget what it was a pseudo trilogy that they kind of made together. They kept a lot of the voice actors the same, but only the first two had anything to do with each other, and those had nothing to do with actual like. They were completely new Transformers stories, like based off of nothing but themselves, and it was interesting the way they did it. In fact, at the end of I believe the first one, Megatron and the Decepticons and the Autobots had to work together for a period of the time. Show.
Really?
Yeah, towards the end, at least in the first series, to deal with Unicron. And then it starts out that all the Decepticons are gone because they, the ones that were left after they dealt with Unicron just decided, like, we can be with the Autobots because we don't want to die horribly. And, Megatron inevitably comes back and is like, hey, y'all were my minions. Let's fuck shit up. And so that was Energon was the second one. I think it was Cybertron was the first one. And then there was a third one that had nothing to do with the first two, but was still considered part of this trilogy. It was interesting, but completely, like, it was its own show.
See, I never actually watched the show. I actually had a book that was, almost like a kid's book, like...
Alright, it's time to get off this turret.
Yeah, I'd say, like, sometimes turrets are great. Don't get me wrong. Turrets are really great. really, really great. But
I feel like you're
sometimes
trying to quote somebody. Like, are you trying to quote Mr. Putty from high school?
I'm quoting Mr. Putty from high school. Mr.
What?
Putty, he was a disturbed man.
Very disturbed.
A very, very disturbed
And
man.
I don't care if he's watching this right now. I want him to know what I think of him. He was
okay.
a tool. A disturbed tool.
One day, he decided, like, him and the board, I don't even know who put this together. They separated us, of course, into gentlemen and ladies. Gentlemen went to the gymnasium. I don't even know where the ladies went. I think it was the chapel. And he took us aside, and we had this, of course, we're a Christian school. So he was talking to us about being sexually appropriate.
It was great. Just the best thing ever.
It was.
If you cannot detect the sarcasm,
not
in my
great.
voice,
It was not great.
God,
this
it was
is
stupid.
This is what he said to us. He's like, "Don't get me wrong. Sex is good. Sex is very good." And he said it in that exact connotation, inflection, everything.
There's literally no.
There's.
It was just, I think it's because somebody got caught looking up porn on the school computers.
First off,
'Cause
you're a dumbass.
or they were using a personal computer and still got caught looking up porn. I think it had to do with that.
First off, you're a dumbass, but
Completely. But I mean, look who we went to school with. They weren't exactly smart people there.
no, we did go to a private Christian school, so yeah.
God, I hated that school.
Oh yeah. I keep on saying to people, I love a lot of the teachers there. I love them to death, and the people I went with, or at least most of them, I love the people. But that school is again where dreams and hopes go to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's literally, I don't know if we talked about this before, but
Probably
it
have.
was literally the school that parents of kids that went to public school would threaten their kids to send them to if they misbehaved. What does that tell you about our school?
Well, the school tried to be a reform school, and like that really didn't help. On top of the fact that we weren't really getting like the best. I mean, we were getting a decent education that was, like, it was good.
Oh, yeah,
but it
we
was
were-
also very biased.
Oh, well, it was definitely a very good education. I don't think I would have made it to college without some of the teachers' help, but
Well,
at the same time,
I think I would have been better off going to a public school because there were things that they just could not do because there was just, it had no budget either. I mean,
Okay.
hell, one of the biggest things was you remember the one experiment we had in chemistry where we titrated stuff and made, I can't remember, but we made we were making liquid pink by converting it into an acid, and when it finally turned pink, it was an acid.
I
That
think so.
that one science experiment. Well, we did it wrong because Mr. Brown had no freaking idea what he was doing.
I think so. I only remember like stupid experiments and things that we did for his class that were all like the kinetic energy experiment that we did where we had to make like a roller coaster track thing with ball bearings and all that and like plastic tubes, and it was a lot of fun. We had to calculate like all the kinetic energy and
We had to do math.
we had to do math for it. It was actually a lot of fun, and I actually put a lot of effort into that project. And then Mr. Brown continued to not grade it for the entire year, and then finally gave us our grades the next year, which were just all A's for everybody,
Well-
even the people who did nothing.
Well, what's reason is because the people who did nothing, they got credit because they showed their math and blah blah blah, but all of their math was done by Phil, I think his name was. Yoon, the Korean, the South Korean exchange student.
Yeah, the kid that was insanely good at math. Yeah.
Yeah, he did literally everybody's math.
Like,
for
I'm
them.
not one who likes to insinuate or encourage stereotypes, but dang, was that kid good at math. Dang.
Stop moving around, you little piece of
And
shit.
for the show, it wasn't Phil. Or was it Phil?
I thought it was Phil.
I thought it was Hinjik.
No.
Hinjik Lee.
No. That was the guy in the grade ahead of us.
Oh.
And he went by
Maybe it
Chris
was
because
Phil Yoon.
nobody could pronounce his actual name.
Right.
It was Phil Yoon, and then it was Chris Lee. Chris's actual name again. It was whatever you attempted to
Hinjik
pronounce,
Lee.
but because nobody could pronounce that, he just went by Chris.
And I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. He's probably watching this show and slapping his head.
Well, there's a reason why he went by Chris.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know his name, like who you were referring to, was because of his Facebook. / we were in the same math class, but our math class, they decided our math class needed babysitters, so they stuck us in Mr. Brown's Algebra 2 class, which he was actually decent at, but he just didn't want to do math because he was so bored by it, and what they were learning, he just didn't advance at all in it. He knew what he was doing, could have completely been way ahead of anything Horizon could have taught, just didn't want to do the work. So anyway, I was in college calc at that point through Eastern Oregon University. But we were in Mrs. Sullivan's room, but when she couldn't be in the room most of the time because she was doing other things. So we ended up just goofing off the entire class because none of us cared and we were going to get A's anyway. Or B's, which we did. So they stuck us in Mr. Brown's class so he could babysit us.
Mr. Brown was often stuck with the babysitting jobs.
Is it faster that I run like this than
Yes.
I do when I'm a tank?
Yes.
Now, when I'm a tank, I think I have a better turn radius. Slightly.
I don't know. You kind of failed on that turn.
Yeah, but I
More
actually
on
made
Sam
that
and
one.
how much he fails at turning in the next episode.
No!
Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We will
If you happen to like us, again, I don't know why, but
Follow us on Facebook. Or listen to us here as we talk about high school and other things that everyone hates but loves to bitch about.